It looks to me like there are two forms of jihadi penetration of the West. And tell me if you agree with this. The first form is the more familiar form. It's represented by things like 9/11 or October 7th. It is the outright attack. And of course, we associate these kinds of things with Hamas or with ISIS or Boko Haram, those kinds of groups. But there is a sort of second type of jihad that people are perhaps less aware of, and this is more connected with the Muslim Brotherhood. And this is the notion of infiltrating these societies and traveling on the passport of liberalism itself. I just heard on social media this guy Mehdi Hassan, who said something like this. He goes, well, if the Christians have a right to ring the church bell, therefore the Muslims have the exact same right to have a public prayer and a call to prayer 5 times a day. And now, I'm assuming Mehdi Hassan is not going to sign up to be a suicide bomber. He's practicing the sort of infiltration type of jihad. Do you agree with this sort of classification of these two types of jihad? And do you also agree that maybe they need a different type of response?
That's exactly what's happening, Dinesh. There are two types of jihad, the civilization jihad and the military jihad. And the Muslim Brotherhood plan, which you've heard me talk about, you've talked about as well, the Muslim Brotherhood Project for North America, which was written in 1991 and actually presented as evidence in the largest terrorism financing trial in America's history by our government against the Holy Land Foundation, where our government handed down 108 guilty verdicts to Muslim American and Muslim American organizations raising money in the United States and sending it overseas to support Islamic terrorism. And they were doing it using civilization jihad. And in their plan, there's a paragraph where it says, understanding the role of the Muslim brother in North America. And that paragraph states very clearly the role of the Muslim brother in America as a civilization jihad. That means the Ikhwan has a duty to infiltrate and dominate in the West, using our open-mindedness, our technology, and whatever available to them to basically destroy what they call our miserable house from within, using us as the Americans, and also using the Ikhwan. And we are seeing this play out. And what I tell people is there are terrorists dressed, they are Islamic radicals dressed in Armani suit. They are jihadists just like the ones who blow themselves up. You've got the Mamdani type. They are still inside their mind. They are the Muslim Brotherhood. They are operating to advance an agenda. Yet they are using the West as the useful idiots who are so, smitten with the fancy clothing and the great personality and the great smile and the culture and the travel, etc., etc. Well, meanwhile, voting for these guys and getting them into office. And that's exactly why we saw 42 Muslim elected officials got elected last week in the election in no less than 9 states, and they were elected to advance an agenda. And that's the danger.
When I first came to America around 1980, I had $500 in my pocket. That's it. Now, if I'd been really frugal and not spent a penny of that money, what do you think it would be worth now? What could it actually buy now compared to what it could buy in 1980? Well, the answer, less than $130. Now, why is that? Because the US government, through the Fed, is constantly printing money and devaluing your money. When the government prints money, there's more money chasing the same amount of goods and services. So guess what? Money goes down in value. Money buys less. The Fed has been at it since 1913. That's why a dollar today can buy just what a few cents could buy in 1913. And the government continues to print oceans of money. It really never stops. Now, an ounce of gold reached a high of $850 in 1980. It's worth now around $3,900 an ounce. So historically, over time, we see gold has gone up and up in value. Dollars have gone down and down. And what about in the last 12 months? Gold is up over 40%. I believe now is the time to find out how you can diversify your savings with gold and silver. And this is why I've partnered with Goldco. They offer the best customer service for precious metals ownership. They are also the only gold dealer that offers a first-time gold buyer rebate of up to 10% in bonus silver on qualified purchases. There's no better offer out there, so take advantage. To learn more about how to safeguard your savings from the dollar's decline, go to dineshgold.com. Very simple, easy to remember, dineshgold.com.